It's really great to have my own Champion Bra Lab now, just right here, where I do a lot of really current research. I might get a sample, same pattern, same bra, being constructed in 2 different fabrics. Put it on my wear tester, and who has the same dimensions as the fit models in North Carolina and in New York for Champion.
Okay.
And be able to evaluate down to 1,000th of a millimeter how the breasts are bouncing, and to go back to tech design and say,
this fabric is
this one is
not as
better,
supportive,
or these are about the same, but this one maybe is lower cost, so we
Yeah.
can consider that. We make a change in elastic, a different modulus in the band, comes here to the lab, and I can say it's still going to support as well, but maybe it's not so strong, so women have an easier time going over the head and pulling it on. So this is the research part. A treadmill, I test at 6 miles an hour. These 3 Vicon cameras operate on what we call an optoelectronic basis. We need both a camera that can shoot out infrared light, and then this reflective marker, which goes on a woman's 2 clavicles, and then also her 2 nipples, as well as the shoulder. So when I'm running on the treadmill, and this is moving in space, 50 times a second, light gets shot out and back and records
measuring
the exact position in space in 3 dimensions, because I want to know how the body's moving and the breast moves differently. The third thing that you need is a really good software to analyze the data. So when a woman comes out of the dressing room, we have her stickers on her, and she will start to run at 6 miles an hour. Then that data gets sent via those cables to my computer. The software analyzes it and then kicks out a spreadsheet with numbers for me that says this is how much the body was moving, up and down, side to side, front to back, and this is how the breast was moving. And then we see what the breast is doing more of, which it always is doing more of, than our bodies. Our bodies are bony, our breasts are viscoelastic.
Tissue.
So after the information comes over, I process the files, and I not only get a spreadsheet with the actual values to make calculations about support level, but this is a quarter speed. This is actually a plus size wear tester that last fall I just started working with plus size bodies and realized how little I know about how to design for that group. Just amazing group of testers I had. This is a graphic that gets generated from her data. That's the right shoulder, the clavicles, and the nipples. But I want you to pay attention to these lines and see how that line is stretching. That's the nipple in relationship to the shoulder, and how
it really is bouncing.
On this particular person, on average, 7.3 centimeters of movement of the breast relative to the body, which is a lot. Well, there's that extra layer of adipose tissue between the muscle and the skin, whereas I can sort of clamp something down on my bony little muscly body, and it kind of stays. But when you have a little bit of more of a disconnect between what's going on with the skin and what's going on in the underlying muscle.
There's going to be more.
And so I'm trying really hard to understand that. I realize how much I don't know about designing for that body. And I tell you, the women in my study, my first plus gal that came in, she's my height, weighs about 100 pounds more than I do, and she's run like 20 half marathons. She was showing me, her scars from her bras. These are badass women that are kicking it, and we haven't respected that or them and designed to that body and to what their needs are. And because the whole bra tends to move, there's body tissue that tends to move in addition to the breast moving. We have 1X through 4X. And I'm really excited about the opportunities I'm having to work with these women. I'm going to be doing another Tatati focus group. This is the fastest growing segment of the apparel industry. That's where the white space is. And for those of us who design and market to say, it's also a great business opportunity if we can do it right. It's harder though, but it's for me it's an exciting thing to do and to learn about.